Did you know that some of the most breathtaking waterfalls in the world are tucked away in hidden corners of the United States, untouched, unspoiled, and waiting to be discovered? From moss-covered forest trails to secret desert canyons, these waterfalls aren't just beautiful, they're nature's best-kept secrets. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 hidden waterfalls you need to explore this year. Serene, majestic, and completely unforgettable. Before we set off on this stunning journey through cascading beauty, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest escapes into the wild, the rare, and the truly spectacular. Let's begin. Whether you're a seasoned hiker or just someone who craves the peace of falling water in a remote paradise, these hidden gems will take your breath away. Join us as we uncover the most magical secret waterfalls to discover this year. 10. Panther Creek Falls, Gifford Pinchot National Forest, Washington. In the shadowy green depths of the Gifford Pinchot National Forest lies Panther Creek Falls, an awe-inspiring display of nature's raw energy. Unlike the more famous Pacific Northwest waterfalls, Panther Creek remains relatively untouched by mass tourism. It doesn't announce itself. There's no gift shop, no pavement, just a narrow trail veering off the forest road, winding through cedar and fir trees dripping with moss. Suddenly, you hear it. The falls burst through the trees, cascading in multiple ribbons down a steep cliff. It's not one waterfall, it's several, layered over one another like flowing veils. The overlook gives you a majestic view, but for the adventurous, descending to the base reveals a cathedral of water and stone. 9. Cummins Falls, Jackson County, Tennessee. At 75 feet high, Cummins Falls isn't Tennessee's tallest, but it's arguably its most exciting. Tucked into a rugged gorge near Cookeville, it's one of the few waterfalls in the U.S. that practically dares you to reach it. Getting there requires permits, a steep scramble down rocks, and several creek crossings. The journey in itself is part of the allure, but once you arrive, the scene opens up like a dream. Tiered rock shelves spread out beneath the falls, forming natural platforms for lounging, while a shimmering pool at the base invites you in. 8. Lava Falls, Opal Creek Wilderness, Oregon. Tucked inside one of Oregon's most magical wilderness areas, Lava Falls feels like a portal into another era. It's not easy to reach, there are no signs, and the trail often fades into overgrown fern fields. But with GPS and determination, the reward is profound. The waterfall emerges from volcanic rock, pouring powerfully into a jewel-toned pool. Ancient trees loom overhead, and shafts of light filter through the mist, turning the scene into something almost spiritual. It's remote enough that you might be the only person there. Soak in the quiet, take a deep breath, and let the wild beauty do its work. 7. Mystic Falls, Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming. Yellowstone isn't short on breathtaking views, but most visitors never see Mystic Falls. Hidden behind the Biscuit Basin thermal area, this 70-foot waterfall offers a dramatic blend of forest, geology, and rushing water. The trail begins with geysers and bubbling pools, reminders that you're walking over volcanic terrain. The path to Mystic Falls is only about 2.5 miles round trip, but what it lacks in length, it makes up for in impact. The waterfall tumbles energetically through a rocky canyon, surrounded by lush greenery and wildlife. Continue up the loop trail for a panoramic overlook that'll take your breath away. Despite being in a busy park, Mystic Falls somehow stays secret. 6. Lost Creek Falls, Bayfield County, Wisconsin. You won't hear much about waterfalls in Wisconsin, but that's exactly why Lost Creek Falls is such a treat. Near the small town of Cornucopia, this gentle 15-foot waterfall flows over a sandstone overhang, allowing you to walk directly behind it. It's not massive, but it's incredibly photogenic and peaceful. A 2.2-mile round-trip trail leads you through a quiet forest on boardwalks and gravel paths. In spring, the waterfall is at its fullest, and in winter, it transforms into a frozen wonderland. It's a perfect family-friendly hidden gem, accessible yet far enough off the radar to avoid crowds. 5. Stinging Fork Falls, Cumberland Plateau, Tennessee. Back in Tennessee, this lesser-known waterfall offers a quiet, off-grid adventure. The trail to Stinging Fork Falls starts in the Cumberland Trail State Park and winds through a dense, untouched forest. At just under 2 miles, The hike is short, but has steep and rocky sections that make it feel rugged and wild. Once you arrive, a 30-foot waterfall drops into a rocky gorge surrounded by lush cliffs and boulders, perfect for sunbathing or picnicking. If the season is right, bring a swimsuit. The plunge pool below the falls is cold but oh so rewarding. It's remote, relaxing, and rarely busy. 4. Alamere Falls, Point Reyes National Seashore, California. Few waterfalls in the world flow directly into the ocean. Alamere Falls does just that, and it's as magical as it sounds. Located about 40 miles north of San Francisco, this secret coastal treasure requires a 13-mile round-trip hike through forests, open coastal trails, and cliffside views. Eventually, you reach Wildcat Beach, where you must scramble down a rocky ledge to find the falls. Water tumbles nearly 40 feet onto the sand and into the crashing waves of the Pacific Ocean. On foggy mornings, it feels like a dream. Bring water, sun protection, and give yourself time to explore. It's a long trek, but every step is worth it. 3. Havasu Falls, Havasupai Reservation, Arizona. Havasu Falls is no ordinary waterfall. It's turquoise, it's thunderous, and it's located deep within a canyon that feels like it belongs on another planet. But reaching it is an odyssey. A 10-mile hike, a hard-to-get permit, and an overnight stay are required. It's a commitment, but one you'll never forget. The falls plunge 100 feet into a pool that glows electric blue thanks to high calcium carbonate levels. Surrounded by red rock cliffs, the contrast is unreal. You can swim, sunbathe, or simply sit and stare at the miracle before you. 2. Ramsey Cascades, Great Smoky Mountains, National Park, Tennessee. Ramsey Cascades is the tallest waterfall in the Smokies at 100 feet, but only the most determined ever see it in person. The trail is a demanding 8-mile round-trip hike with over 2,000 feet of elevation gain. Along the way, you'll pass through one of the park's last stands of old-growth forest, filled with towering tulip trees and hemlocks. The waterfall itself is a dramatic, multi-tiered series of cascades pouring over jagged rock. It's loud, misty, and humbling. Wildlife sightings are common: bears, deer, salamanders, and the peacefulness at the top makes the strenuous hike feel like a sacred pilgrimage. 1. Oneonta Gorge, Columbia River Gorge, Oregon. Topping? Our list is Oneonta Gorge. Not just a waterfall, but an entire experience. Nestled in the Columbia River Gorge, this magical canyon is accessible only by getting wet. There's no traditional trail. Instead, you'll wade through icy waters, climb over massive logs, and squeeze between moss-covered canyon walls only feet apart. Eventually, the gorge opens up to a narrow cathedral of stone, and there it is, Oneonta Falls. The water crashes into a green pool surrounded by ferns and cliffs. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.